あ、
ぽい。
はい。
どっちどっちどっちどっちどっちどっち
Okay.
逆どっちどっちどっちどっちどっちどっち逆どっちどっちどっちどっちどっちどっち逆どっちどっちどっちどっちどっちどっち逆はいどっちどっちどっちどっちどっちどっちあれどっちどっちどっちどっちどっちどっち言うのいいこの先あったあれとか言って適当に言ったらついた
Sippy!
Alright, that's a bad idea. Alright. Excuse me. Alright, let's see. Hi. Ugh. Oh, I'm huge. There you go. Alright. I think that's gonna be good for this. Hi everyone. How you doing? Hi. Give me a sec. Blah. I think that's what I want. This might be what I want. Ah, it's loud. I'm sorry. There we go. Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you. Let me actually fix this real quick. I'm using the wrong capture. There we go. That's what I wanted. Because I have to do other things here. There's a book rump. Alright. So welcome everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Love you guys. 2 years, yeah. Let me just get rid of. That's okay. Excuse me. Maybe that's annoying. There we go. Oops. Bring myself over here a little bit. There you go. Okay. Sorry if my voice is a little rough. I have been sick, so yeah. It's been 2 years. I know, it's crazy. I think I'm actually gonna just like sit here. There we go. How's that? Ah. Yeah. A little bigger today. Hi everyone. Thank you so much for coming. This is gonna be not a very, obviously, I do have work later. I'm feeling better, by the way. So it's not gonna be a very long stream or anything grand today. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I'm just gonna do chatting. I'm gonna probably attempt ASMR later in like an hour or two. Just something I don't really know what I'm doing. I've been sick. I haven't been able to really work on anything, or have the motivation to, honestly. Most of my energy has been going into my concert, which was supposed to be Saturday. Because I've been sick, it's getting pushed back a week. So I'm sorry for the delay. But that's necessary. Also, I'll show you this. I probably should. I'm sorry, I'm scatterbrained. Little outfit inspired by my Oshibotan. So yeah. Has my stripes on it, not hers. Don't come at me. Yeah. Go. I'll try to sit where still in a good spot, but not blocking chat, or blocking these things. Yeah. And it's safe, so yay. You saw the jacket earlier. It's just jacket, stripes and shit. So, just a big ass jacket. That's I'm sorry, I'm not very, I'm probably not where I should be, to do this, but, it's my day, so. My favorite planet. Someone asked me this yesterday. Let's say it's a tie between, Jupiter and Saturn. Saturn's really pretty and Jupiter's mysterious because you can't get in there. Yeah. Just, alright. Yeah, let me slow down because I'm getting excited. There you go, you can take a look at all of that. Let me turn that off. I was quickly setting up, trying to get as much sleep as possible. Got these really cool wedge boots. Fuzzy tail. Oh yeah. My thing is the two stripes. It's inspired by my Oshi Botan. Which you guys will hear more about surely. I saw this and I was like, yes, this is my shit. So yeah. Casual outfit, not my spacey one. But I can go to my spacey one, but I need to update it honestly. I changed the hair on it. So anyway, I digress. Thank you. Very simple. Oh, well, we'll get into that here, Kumi. Because as you'll learn, I did not grow up on a planet. So, but I've been to one, we call it Zosma, inspired by the star. So, I would say that one, the only one I've been to. Oh shit. Oh, okay, I guess we're moving on. Here we are. Reintroduction. I'm using the slides I made. I've edited them, the slides I made for last year, which is completely different from my debut slides, which was very not great. Hi Derek, thank you. So yeah, again, this is going to be a very simple, not spectacular anniversary stream. Just yapping with you guys. Starting to feel better. I can sing a little bit, so that's good news. I'll be back to a rehearsal for the concert Thursday morning. So that's still happening. It got pushed back a week. Alright, so reintroduction. I want humans might call a lion humanoid or Leonid. So clear distinction, a Leonid is a meteorite. A Leonid is my people. Leoa is actually Portuguese for lioness. Thank you, Rose. Let me scoot. I'm a little too close. There we go. There we go. So yeah, this little distinction there. I have a good friend who was Brazilian, spoke Brazilian Portuguese, so they always called me Leoa Fofo, which is fluffy lioness. So I incorporated that into my lore. Anyway, I hail from the Leo sector, you know, the Leo constellation of stars. General vicinity, accurate locations are classified. Leo sector. This is roughly 56 light years away. Not too far, but interstellar travel is a bitch. Interstellar travel, to be clear, is between solar systems. Interplanetary would be like from Earth to Mars, whereas interstellar is in between solar systems. You are a Boreals or Bosleal. You'll have to say it for me to reproduce it. Thank you, B. That's really cool though. It sounds badass. And I don't necessarily have a home planet, though my people have a home planet. Technically. So there was actually a war. In my lore, there was a war a long time ago before our interstellar tech breakthrough. We had a war with ourselves, kind of. But we lost a lot of information because it had to do with AI. So we actually don't know our original planet anymore. It's been a while since the war, so it's kind of lost. A lot of stuff is lost. I've always lived on a station or ship with my family. And I would say around adolescence for us, which is probably 20 or 30 Earth years, roughly. So we live a little longer. I would say that's about the time we kind of like get out in the world and do stuff. We're not around our family as much. Parents are generally busy and not together very much. It's just our culture. I'm the runt of the litter, so to speak. I struggled to keep up with my siblings and classmates. Kind of self-explanatory. When I wrote my character, I didn't want to be OP or amazing. I wanted to be very real, just very average, you know, and trying to do great things if I can. My people are an adventurous and curious species, and don't tend to stay, like I said, tend to stay in groups larger than a few others outside of our families. We will like visit family, but family even is rarely together. Self-explanatory. Yeah. During our adolescence, we begin our working life. I just said that. Awesome. Thank you, dragon. Yeah. Yay. Hell yeah. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. It's gonna help a lot. During our adolescence, we begin our working life. Yeah, I kind of said that. Contribute to our society as a whole. So after the war, things have changed. I don't really know that much about it. But things have changed. We're more focused on purpose than comfort and when it comes to food, flavor. Thank you so much again. Really appreciate the subs. Where was I? I found an interest in the field of combat due to a famous soldier who I idolize. So think she's something like Samus, I guess. Pretty badass lady. Our original military, skip this one. Our original military was kind of government based. Now it's broken up into excuse me. It's broken up into almost like, how to explain it? Like paramilitary contractors, sort of. That's the best way I can explain it. It's not exactly that, but people can put in for jobs, basically, for these companies to do. Usually the companies are kind of specialized. One will be like, the one we're talking about with her is kind of specialized in combat. The one I am working for is specialized in like recon, exploration, mapping specifically. That's what they call it, mapping. Um, just mapping the area around where we live. I don't do any more than like reconning a planet. I'll do very little interaction with planets as my job entails. Anyway, that was kind of like I was like, ah, this lady is so cool. I want to be like her. Exams, 2 years. And since Perry is here in the Twitch chat, she helped me write all this. So a lot of credit goes to her for helping me sort this out because my thoughts and ideas are just kind of splattered paint on the wall. And she sorts them out. She's pretty good at world building. So there you go. Thank you again, Perry. Okay. Unfortunately, I did not meet requirements for that field. I settled on really the only thing I qualified for was a recon scout type of position where I am now. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna start working on my elf lore after this week. Might even do like some streams like where I'm just chatting, writing down ideas for lore and stuff. I'm glad you like it, Jordan. But yeah, so I'll be working on that eventually. This also meant I couldn't work alongside her, which was kind of my goal then. So yeah. Once this kind of like builds up to the lore, the extended lore that I did with Perry, character building and stuff. I'm very different. I was very different than I am now. So there's character development. My lore is partially an allegory. So kind of some things are kind of like picked from real life and, you know, made for this. So a lot of little bits and pieces. Ooh, hype chest, thank you. Once I earned qualifications, I joined the only one I could qualify for. The here this is actually something you see a lot of. I put it on some outfits, but it's my Trailbreakers unit patch. So that's the group I work for. There you go. They call themselves Trailbreakers and were known for discovering many stellar parties we know today. We know, not you guys. Leonids have only recently achieved. Thank you. Hi, Miffy. How are you? It's been so long. It's good. Missed you, buddy. Okay. I haven't talked to Miffy in a while. Miffy was there for a while before I ever started streaming. Thank you. Thank you for always believing in me. We'll get to that because I would not be doing this if I didn't have Miffy and Paraloon and other friends to believe in me and encourage me. And they didn't know anything about VTubers, and they supported me lately, so in everything I did. It's like, I'm good. Sorry, I got a little emotional there. I haven't seen Miffy in a while. It just brought back a lot of memories.
I should really like my eyes burning.
But yeah, that's Linens have only recently achieved interstellar travel. It's fairly new technology within the last century for us, which is part of the reason I am this far out. One of the farthest places we have been, and I stumbled upon Earth transmissions, so that's how I found Earth. Thanks, Beef. Moving on to the next. That's my mission. It's to connect with other cultures I do come across. It's actually part of it. Thanks, Roy. Across my journeys to promote peace and growth. It will make full use of my... here's some deep lore here. Aetos class ship. My lore is kind of loosely based on some ancient Greek stuff. So you can Google that if you want. The Swordtail as the base of operations. The Swordtail is a reference to Cowboy Bebop. There's two ships. There's several ships in Cowboy Bebop, but the two it's referencing is thus the Swordfish 2 and the Red Tail. It says base of operations and accommodations for diplomatic purposes, like diplomats can come aboard. There's rooms and stuff for that purpose. While I'm here, I must refrain from using my technology when possible. A lot of it's classified to humans and any other cultures, really. That's the main reason, really. That's the main reason. And yeah, it would just be like also inconsiderate. We see it as inconsiderate to cultures who have not advanced that far yet. To kind of flaunt it, I guess. Just a cultural thing, I guess. We bake her pizzas. Oh yeah. But yeah, next one. More about me. This is both me and me. All versions of me. If you guys are ever curious, these panels, slides are in my About Me in my Discord. So it's always there. Things I like. Naps, who doesn't? Anime. Lots of us do. VTubers. That's why I'm here. Games. I think we all love games. Movies. Pizza. Thanks, Bulb. Let's see. Coffee. This panel I have not touched. This is kind of remained the same. Coffee, rain, coffee and rain. Really good. Thank you. Yeah. Also, I am also known as Pizza Lion. Let's see. I also like kind people. They stick out to me. I like having kind people in my life. comfy, anything comfy. You guys that have been around know that by now. Big ass hoodies, watching the rain, coffee, stuff like that, you know, lots of pillows and plushies. And I also like to make friends, meet people, and make friends, which comes with, you know, a lot of how to say defriending. I don't know the word for it. You think you're making friends with someone and they just disappear. Moving on. Dislikes. I actually dislike loud noises. A lot of my volumes and stuff are pretty low, so that's why I had a lot of trouble with my my audio starting out, and still kind of do with things because it's at a nice level for me, but you guys might not be able to hear things. So I don't have a lot of loud redeems, things like that. Seafood. Hate it. Stinks. It's stinky. It smells. I don't want it near me. Thank you. Touching grass. Who wants to go outside when inside is so nice? Has everything we need. So I leave. Getting dirty. I don't like to get dirty. I will if I have to for work, but generally I don't want to get dirty. Software. Noisy eaters. Rude people. You know who you are. Noisy eaters, meaning you chew food with your mouth open. You talk with food in your mouth. I'm sorry. It makes me want to punch a puppy, and no one should have that desire. It just there's a few things that make me angry, and that just makes me angry. Same like software. Rude people. I just don't like rude people. I will just not answer them or avoid them completely. Hobbies. What do you mean what? Yeah, it's kind of contradictory, Ty, I know. Don't like loud noises, but I like power metal. So, when it's certain music, it's getting turned up. But, yeah. Sippy! So, again, that's another reason I don't generally watch, like loud people. So, yeah. Please do. I don't want it anywhere near me. If you eat it, then I can't smell it. Also, you know, don't talk near me because I don't want to smell it on your breath. I'm sorry. There's just some things that I'm weird about. Hobbies, obviously, gaming. It's not all I like to do though. Gaming's kind of like, I would say 30 to 40% of my life. Okay. PC building. I used to do that a lot before I started streaming, and before I met Paraloon and Miffy. So yeah. I don't know why you don't have any. Miffy should have a VIP. I don't know why he doesn't have anything on his name. Let me make sure that's on and it's not just because it is possible and I had him as mod day one that I may have. Where the hell is Rolls at? Where is? Oh, there it is. Okay. Add new. Should be that. Let me try. Wait, was Parallel on VIP? I saw the artist tag. Let's see. They're both on VIP. Parallel. Harry is way up here. Shit, I didn't see. Maybe they're not displaying. Oh no, VIP is there. It's on Ixa. Huh. All right. Well, I unadded it and added it again, so we'll see if it happens. Anyway, PC building. Yeah, I used to do that a lot for myself and friends. This is my second PC build. I like to do that myself. Cable management. I like to find the parts. I love putting them all together. Thank you so much, Slick. Yay. Thank you. Thanks for that song. Again, all these panels are my About Me on my Discord, and there's some extra bonus lore there. I do not have my lore wrote out completely, because I don't want it getting stolen or used for AI, so I'm not putting all my lore out there. Blech. I will tell you guys about it, but yeah, hi. How was your stream? I was sleeping. Hope you had fun. Yeah, the paying for components sucks, honestly, nowadays. Okay, I won't tell anyone. Via's not here. I kind of used to enjoy finding the parts, the best deals, waiting for MSRP back in the day. 2017. 2016 is when I was like planning my first one. And then 1080 Ti launched. I did my build, bought everything all at once. MSRP. It was a beautiful time. Then like a year later, not even that long, all the prices went crazy. So I was really glad I got my 1080 Ti for $699. And people said I was crazy. And that thing lasted until I built this one like 2 years ago now. I built this right before I started VTubing because I knew I was going to be doing a lot of 3D stuff and I wanted something very capable. So this build is built around 4090. $6. Hell yeah. It's more than I had before. Fuck yeah. That was your first build too. Yep, that's the same time. It was probably half a year before the prices shot up. And I was sitting pretty. I was playing everything on max settings, 1440p, everything was like 144 frames on my 144 hertz monitor. Oh, it was great. Good times. I could just install a game, everything on ultra, enjoy it. You can't do that anymore, even on a 4090. Kind of sucks. Games just they don't have the love put in, I feel. And before I started using this PC, it was still doing okay, like 90, average of 90 FPS and 1440p, varying settings. So for 7 years of usage, it did really well. I had no problem running anything. So, oh, nice. Yeah, my 1080 Ti did start black screening shortly after I was still using it, shortly after I built this one. This one is also completely water cooled, so a little different from my first build. It got more complex and stuff. So yeah, no optimization these days. I just slap on DLSS, frame gen, and call it a day. So when a game like Borderlands is, not hitting 100 FPS on a 4090, there's an issue. There's no reason for that, honestly. I mean, we know the reasons, but whatever. Second day on your new PC. Yeah, I used to enjoy hunting for components. I like putting builds together for people, building for people. Sometimes I've done like 6 builds for people, friends and family where I used to live. A lot of fun for me. I like the hardware side of it. I hate the software. So I can get a PC set up. I can do all the BIOS. You don't have to anymore, but I used to do like I'd set all the clocks and everything on the CPU, GPU, everything like that for people. Nowadays, everything clocks itself based on temperature, so you don't really have to overclock. You just have to keep your stuff cooler. The cooler you keep your stuff, the higher it will clock until it hits its cap. Finally released optimization patches to actually do shit like a year later. That's good because it ran like shit. I am actually gonna be pretty soon trying Wilds again. Is it Wilds? World was the last one. Wilds. Thanks, Toxic. Thank you so much. Toxic, I posted pictures. I got the merch. It came in 2 days early. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I will be trying Monster Hunter again. 2 reasons. I kind of backed off Monster Hunters. A, it ran like poo. That any game will do that for me. If it runs like shit, I want to play it a lot less. My desire to play it is a lot less. It could be like my favorite thing, like say like Nier Automata got a remake and it ran like 30 FPS on my computer. I would not play it. As much as I love Automata. The menus are a bitch. I feel like I fight the menus more than I play the game. So, but I am willing to give games more than one try. So, and I did give Wilds a couple tries. It's hard to get by a game running like shit on, at the time, the best hardware you can buy. It's really discouraging. Anyway, yeah, it's in I posted it in lab notes. If you want to see it, because I only have the pictures on my phone. I don't have it on my computer here. But yeah, I got a little plushie Botan and a acrylic standee. She's right here. It's her New Year's outfit. Thank you. Thanks, Vin. Hi, Vin. How have you been? Hey, that rhymed. Anything comes with experience, people helping you. Yeah, Blue tried helping me, and when I played it on the stream, it was just an overwhelming. It's happened to Forza too. The community is really nice and you want to help, but it's just a lot of information coming at me, and I'm like, I just want to join a friend. Why can't I just like friends list? Click on friend, join, or invite.
I'll learn.
That's the software thing. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Gremlin. Gremlin hideout. That just irritates me to no end. It's one of my dislikes. Software. I struggle with learning things, believe it or not. Unity took me a long time to figure out. Blender. It's very hard for my brain to understand if the software's not laid out certain ways. I struggle hugely. I have taught friends like Fia and Radish what I know on Unity and stuff, and they learn it way quicker. It's pretty amazing to watch. I'm just like, man, that took me months to figure out, and then just like, oh, was this right? And I was like, yeah. Software, it's hard. Actively is taking over my entire. So what she's talking about is something we bitch about. Games. People that make games, please. On PC. When I open the game, don't let it do that full screen thing where it takes over my whole computer. Fucks up all my windows and scaling on all my monitors. And I hate that. Like, the games that open up and they're just locked to your monitor, it's full screen windowed by default, and the resolution that I have by default, beautiful. we hate the shit that you open up the game and it just fucks everything up. Because when I have OBS open and that happens, OBS gets fucked up. It sounds like an old school Bethesda game, but games still do it. And especially if you're playing in 4K like me, believe it or not, 2026, 15 years into 4K, games just don't care that you play in 4K. It'll pop up in 1080, stretch it out, fuck up everything on your desktop. It happens to sometimes to 1440p users, but not as much, because they just haven't made the game to say, oh, that's 4K. That's my guess. I'm not a game dev. I just play in Unity. Resolutions across monitors, everything is jumbled around. But not every game, but some games do it beautifully. I forget the game I just recently played, but I had everything set up, open the game. Good. So yes, please windowed full screen default, at least. I would rather it be windowed than fuck up my whole desktop and me having to restart my computer. Yeah, it just, boom, everything goes black. Signal, or HDMI or fucking DisplayPort and shit, and then it comes back and everything's fucky. I hate that. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, there are things that irritate her, believe it or not. I am worse at keeping my emotions in check, so for the past 2 years, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I get upset at things. I'm sorry I'm not happy all the time. I can't be that kind of VTuber. It's just whatever I'm feeling, you guys are gonna get. I have been working on my attitude, which is not masking, it's trying to change the way I think. That is something I've been working on over time since I've started. I've made some ground on that. I'm trying to see the funny and the good in things instead of, you know, pretend you're happy. Put a smile on. Because I can't fake it. I can't lie very well. So this way, you're getting a real emotion. I'm actually laughing at something. Like that's... I learned that by watching Botan too. She finds silly stuff funny that most people would be raging about. So watching her helps a lot too. I try to learn from her. Yeah. But yeah, that's something I definitely wanted to talk about today. So I feel like that might ward some people off, and they're like, "Oh, she gets angry. Why is she complaining so much?" Like, it's just, you know, I don't want to do that all the time, but sometimes it comes out, especially if I'm like tired. That kind of stuff comes out more. I think with anyone that happens. we have the same emotions. I never fit with my people in lore and real life, honestly. You know, we're told to just put a smile on, grit your teeth, do what you're supposed to do, be what you're supposed to be, and I've never been good at that. So anyway, moving on to 3D modeling. I do, if you don't know by now, I do work on my models. I've had 3 models now. This is the 3rd one. I started with a free Vroid model. Once I realized I loved VTubing, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna find a model I love. So I spent a few months playing with different models. I researched commissions. Over time, I realized commissions are probably not for me. They're expensive and have no guarantee. So I kind of steered away from that, found some pre-made models on Booth. That, again, I've researched commissions. They have the same stuff or similar things you are getting with a commission. You'll get a few more things with a commission, like custom stuff, but I can do that myself in Unity. Yes, it's not sculpted from scratch, and you should know you're rarely getting a from scratch sculpted model. There's a lot of just base model shapes that you can shape. They're already ready to go. You can shape them, add all your stuff in. So you're rarely getting, something from an empty project sculpts up the body from nothing and shit like that. Usually they start, to save time, they start from just a blank base. Just mesh, the bones, kind of ready to go, but you can add things to it. 3D modeling's very, very hard, very complex. It is more complex than you think. I have seen a lot of people start thinking, I'm going to make my own model from scratch, and it's going to be all mine. A year or two later, they come back, hey guys, I got a commission, or I'm just buying one, or using a Vroid. I've been in those groups for a while now. Yeah, because it saves time. And the people that do these for commissions are trying to make money. They're not trying to spend months on, from scratch stuff when they can use a base and just shape it. Because, adding the bones, weight painting, it's a lot of work. It's an art form in itself before you even get the textures and lighting, everything else. Low polylam things. So that's a little bit on 3D modeling. I also am learning Blender. Always learning Unity. I'm getting better at it every time I use it. I use Warudo for my streaming right now. I have used VNyan, I have used VCFace, and a couple others that kind of popped up and disappeared as well. I've been on Warudo for a little bit. What else? 3D model related. For the full body tracking experience, now I use VR because I have tracking, full body tracking. I have, head, obviously head and hands, because the headset and the controllers.
Sippy!
Let me switch drinks here. I brought 2 drinks. I also have elbows, hips, and feet for tracking. Eventually, someday, I would like to move into having, thank you, into having my own mocap home studio. So I won't have to use VR for dancing and other activities. We'll see how that goes. It's going to be very expensive. Those things are very expensive too, very complex. Texture work kind of goes back to like my graphic design, editing photos, making graphics and stuff. I used to use exclusively GIMP and the free trials of like Photoshop and shit to kind of tinker with it. Also, I realized I have my old Mozu designs on here. I haven't changed those. It's fine. Drink straight vodka to person. Right? So yeah, that's the only experience I really have going into this is the graphic design, just by tinkering and learning myself. All my stuff is self-learned. I haven't had classes. So usually just asking questions from people, like friends, or just, brute forcing it. Bang my head against it. Hobby I used to have is camping. Also, it's not there, but snowboarding. But I love camping. It's so cozy. I feel like like the I guess it's like organized camping, like scouts do and stuff. I always kind of hated that because they always had like plans and shit to do, and I just wanted to sit by the fire or like go for a walk, listen to music, listen to the rain, stuff like that, instead of actually doing stuff, eating, cooking, whatever. Music. It's hard for me to pick a favorite genre, but I would say it's probably power metal, rock, then synthwave, then EDM, lo-fi. funk, and also you can probably throw in city pop, future funk. Those are my top ones I listen to a lot. Some of it I did get from my dad because he listened to a lot of this stuff. I was just around him a lot. So drink. Movies. Favorite movies, pretty easy to pick. Alien, the original, 1979. The movie a lot of horror movies, sci-fi horror movies are based on. Aliens, the sequel, the action sci-fi horror that a lot of sci-fi action horror is based on. In case you're younger and have not seen them, worth a watch. I think they still kind of hold up today. They did not use a lot of, or any CG. All practical effects. They had to build the sets. The sets are all built by hand. Some of them is like an Aliens is an old factory that hasn't been being used. It was like a shutdown for a while. They used the whole factory for the film. Very cool stuff. I find that stuff really cool and fascinating. Starship Troopers, it's very satire, just a silly sci-fi shoot 'em up, just shooting bugs, and the only good bug is a dead bug. Matrix trilogy, I like the Matrix trilogy. I'm sorry if you don't like Reloaded and Revolutions. I enjoyed them. No, I don't think they're as great as they could have been. They were rushed, but I still like all three. One is the best. Another classic worth watching if you have not seen him. It's another pivotal movie and series, I think, that a lot of stuff is still based on. That's kind of where Bullet Time came from, really. I think there was maybe one thing before it that did Bullet Time, maybe. That's when they go into like slow-mo, like dodging bullets and shit. People don't like Matrix so much though. So yeah. That's the wrong control. Okay, here we go. What inspired me to stream? My friends, Iffy, Perloon, Tommy, Bakshi, there was a bunch. There was a group of us, probably, I think there was like 9 or 10 of us. We had a photography group for Final Fantasy XIV. I spent years with them. 14, all 14. I think Max Payne came after. Matrix was 99. You see. Pachi. I don't think I played Max Payne till after, so I could be wrong. (2001), so yeah, Matrix did come first. Like I said, as far as I know, but that kind of kicked off the whole bullet time thing. For several years, there was a lot of bullet time, slow-mo fighting that started happening. Thank you, Matrix. Anyway, my friends, even though Botan, Sana, Reine, Michiru, I have watched them for years before this. I probably wouldn't have taken this step if I didn't have the support of the friends I had. So I put them on top. Inspirations for streaming also includes Shishiro Botan, also known as Shishiron, or The Lion, Adidas Lion, FPS Lion, etc. You don't know who that is, she's part of Hololive. She's an ex-FPS pro. She's Japanese, so you're not going to understand her when you go to watch her. There's a lot of translated clips. You can watch her VODs and hit auto-translate if you want subtitles. But the things I like about her the most, it's not just, like, it's cool that she's naturally good at games, especially FPS. She's still cracked. Like, she picks them up still, like, it's like riding a bike for her. you could watch clips of her just wrecking people in like Battlefield 6. And she's just leaned back in her chair, relaxed. Never gets angry. It's a big thing. It's okay, Cheerio. Thank you for coming. Main things I like about her are things we have in common, which is definitely not the positive outlook. Her positive outlook probably comes from her background, which I won't get into, but she's very appreciative of what she has. She just loves when she gets to play a game, especially FPS. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming, everyone. The things I like about her are the things we have in common. Types of games we like, the way we like to play games, try new things. Her channel's kind of looks like mine in the sense that she'll play a game once or twice and move on. If it doesn't really like grab her, I find I'm the same way. I just stream how I feel, and it's kind of the same for her. Like Hytale hooked her as well, which I was really excited about. She's been hooked on that as well, just like me. I also like that her attitude on things. She's a good sport. She finds the funny in things, even when it might be something frustrating, like losing a match, getting killed over and over again in a game. She just finds something funny about it, laughs it off. That's just her general outlook and attitude on things, which I admire. I also admire the fact that she's naturally good at a lot of games. I am not. I'm the opposite. So it's really fun to watch her. She's also never scared at horror games. I also admire that because I'm a scaredy cat. So she doesn't do too many horror games because, you know, people want the scared VTuber usually, and while it is fun to watch her play horror games and just be unaffected, a lot of people don't find that fun, I think. So that's probably why she doesn't do a lot. Tsukumo Asana, my second Oshi, and she is also graduating, no longer streaming, but her channel is still there. She's also from Hololive. I would say she had a really big impact on my life. So thank you, Sana. Yeah. She's the only VTuber I have watched from day one to her graduation, and I only missed 2 streams live. Just because of work. Usually I was able to come home from work, have dinner, you know, chill out. She would come on about the time I would go to bed. So I would watch her going to sleep. She would always be on. Yeah. When I look back on her channel after her graduation, you know how it had the red bars to show your history? Like how far you've gone through the VOD and, you know, which ones you've watched. There were only 2 on the list that I have not even looked at. So yeah, I watched Sana a lot. After Sana graduated, it sucked for me. I'm sure it sucked for a lot of people too. I actually stepped away from watching VTubers for, I want to say like 8 to 10 months roughly. I wasn't counting. I was like, well, I'm like way too into this. This hurts. Felt like, you know, like a friend left or something. But it took me time to realize that, you know, they did good. Just calming down. It took me time to realize that there was good they were doing. And streamers in general do this for people without, I don't think everyone really sees it. And it finally hit me. Especially like revisiting the community. How supportive people are in the Hololive community and stuff. The positive impact they have. It just finally hit me. Like, you know, they're doing a lot of good actually. Even if they're just playing a game, being silly, being comfy. I was in a bad spot then, and watching those streams kept my mind off of stuff. Which kind of brings me to why I do this. After that, I started watching Botan again, and I decided I would support her and watch her as much as I can because she'll be leaving eventually. Shortly after that, I found Rene. She is Indonesian, but she speaks English, Bahasa Indo, and Japanese, and probably other dialects of Indo. But I find I vibe with her most of the time. I find we're similar in some ways, so she's fun to watch when I can. Can't always watch her, but another. It always seems like the tall girls, but yeah, they're all tall girls. And around the same time I came back, I also found Shisui Michiru, which Phase Connect was kind of kicking off. That's another agency. Michiru was part of Gen 0 or Gen 1, whatever you want to call it. She's Japanese as well. I thought she was very inspiring for trying to communicate with people she could not necessarily talk to that weren't Japanese. And watching her go from no English to fluent in a couple years through doing her lessons on stream, which is why I did mine. It was very motivating to watch her do that, and I actually, that's the year I sat down and focused on my Japanese when she was really new. It was really fascinating to watch her go to answering anything in English in her chat with "thank you," "hello," to actually holding a conversation. So yeah, those are my inspirations for streaming. Back to Sanan. All of them really, just the positive impact they have. Really resonates with me. I'm gonna skip that song. And I just felt like I don't have anything like I could really do special. But I wanted to give it a shot and try to keep the things they were doing going, knowing that they would all leave eventually. I knew I had nothing else going on in my life, so I would at least try this and see if I liked it. And it could be my way of, you know, even if it's a drop in the bucket, it's still a change in the world, positive one. And that's what I wanted to do. Might seem silly to some, but that's why I'm here. Inspirations for my character as a character, lore, everything, kind of based off all these things. Botan. That's why I'm a lion. I decided, as I was working on my character, I originally was concepting, is that a word? I don't know. Conceptualizing an android or human. And a few months before I debuted, I decided I would make a tribute I would be, like my model, my character, everything would be a tribute to Botan and Sana. So I'm a lion because of Botan, and I am space because of Sana. Space lion. Cowboy Bebop. The anime that got me into anime, and still my favorite. I love it. It's also space based. And kind of, sort of, in a very big stretch, kind of sort of based in a similar setting. Samus Aran, ever since I was little, and I learned Samus was a woman, I was fascinated. Badass woman in armor in space. Getting through all this shit on her own. I just found it fascinating. Very cool. Marlene from Blue Gender, very obscure. I'm sure no one knows that. She's a badass. Which I kind of base on a similar character development track as Marlene. She starts off very professional. Seems like she's cold, very professional. But then later, opens up and makes connections with people. Girls Frontline, a lot of my style and some outfit themes. Girls Frontline. I was actually, my android was going to be based in a similar universe as Girls Frontline. The techwear style fashion, I love it. That's most of my styles, which kind of overlaps with Girls Frontline. Space themed fashion, obviously. Believe it or not, it's actually kind of funny. I didn't watch Sana because of that, but I was very fascinated in space, NASA and everything when I was much younger. It just kind of got pushed to the back burner for a while as I grew up and did stuff, but I've always been fascinated with space. Anything space, really. It's fascinating, and I love to hear people talk about it, and it's just beautiful and vast. Like the scale is something you can't really imagine. I find it really beautiful. I actually sometimes I still get sad, but there was several times where my dad had to calm me down, because I would actually cry because I would never get to see the other planets, and sometimes I still get emotional on that. Because I'll never get to travel, see at least a small fraction of the universe. We're just kind of stuck here. I found that very, very depressing for some reason. Most of my credits, and this is not all of them, I cannot fit all my outfit assets. But my model is made by Extension Clothing Ltd. They do a lot of high quality work, obviously. My last model is by Keanu. He's currently been working on, for some time now, he's been working on a male version of my last model I had, which actually comes out in 3 days. So if guys are interested in a pretty boy style, that model will be out soon. Outfits, too many. When I can finally get the space suit that I had on my other model fitted on this one, that's kind of the main outfit. I do have other main space outfits that I use. Happy to share the creators if anyone has any questions about them. The one I'm wearing, I forget. But it's something I can quickly look up through my purchases, because I bought all my stuff. I've checked the licensing, things like that. So yeah, there's just too many. But extension clothing is a big one for my outfits. 3Bon. Yes, there are clothing designers for 3D clothing. It's people who do this in their spare time, usually like 2-3 people, sometimes one. They just put a label on it like this is extension clothing, this is Kino shop or whatever. And there's bigger ones, higher quality ones, I would say. And I try to use those as much as I can. I do some editing to them as well, because they don't always fit me. They don't always have the details I want, or something I don't like and I'll remove it. That's the kind of editing I do. So all my outfits have been edited at some capacity. Emotes. The animated emotes are by Ibi-chan, which is on VGen. I will be commissioning Mito for updated emotes real soon. I should have the money very soon. Thank you, Sky. Ibi-chan did my animated ones. The Motsu are a product of Noi Kensaki and Sable Morrigan. We were brainstorming one night on my Discord in a voice call. Noi came up with the visual design, Sable came up with the name. Motsukan is the actual name. It means space mozzarella. We decided, because I didn't know at the time what I wanted my mascot to be, which is totally normal to not have one when you start. I had a filler one I called Spacewalkers, and it was just like something in my head I didn't have a character for. We came up with Space Mozzarella because I love pizza. So Space Mozzarella, or for short, Motsu. You guys. My logo, I did it. Loading screens, I made them. I shot them. I put together the graphics and the animations. Backgrounds for my room that I use before, like when I talk about my schedule and stuff. Stream Decora, I believe they're still on Etsy. It's just a space room. Really cute, and a bunch of other little pieces. My overlays for streaming, like the one you're looking at around the edge of the screen. Me. I did it. Assets that go into that room scene. Digital Gem Store, Otobu HQ, and Low Woogies. Lore, me and Paraloon wrote my lore together. Music, Trevor Stevens. My intro, my outro, the Halloween music, the BRB, the room music. Those are all from Trevor Stevens, my friend. You'll know him in my Discord as Space Musician. He's also known as a librarian. I also use Dova Syndrome, which I'm using right now. It's completely free music from Japan. You can use for streaming, whatever. Free to use. You can even download the song, put it in your videos. Yeah. So the design of the Motsu, it's a ball of mozzarella and a little oregano leaves, and then there's an orbital thing around their head, which is what connects them to a person. So what it does is, some people have described it as a golem. Basically, you can have the experiences and the memories of being somewhere without being there through your Motsu. So you can be aboard my ship. You can carry on with your daily life. Be aboard my ship with me at the same time. Have all the memories and good times. So that's kind of like, how you're watching the stream in a way. Music was made by someone. Yeah, so Trevor Stevens is another friend I had long before streaming, along with Paraloon and Iffy. You may have seen Tommy Susanna around for my Beat Saber streams. Not recently, though. All friends I've had before. He likes to make music. So yeah, that music is mine. 2 of the songs are on my YouTube if you want to listen to them. You can also go to Bandcamp, Trevor Stevens, and all my music is there, and all his music as well. The album should be called Always on Lion, I believe, but I think he made the Halloween music separate. I will be asking him for more music, but he's been very busy with family issues and stuff. IT, I used to have someone we called Tex around. He helped me learn Unity and Blender, the 3D modeling and everything beyond Vroid. He is a software dev and has made several games himself. He's not around anymore. Yakushi, not really around anymore. Yakushi helps me a lot, organizing my Discord for me, modding in stream, supporting me when I started. Same with Paraloon. She's helped me with tech issues. She also does 3D modeling. The Rainbow Pikachu's helped me a lot. He's also worked on my Discord a lot and helped me with general tech issues before. And Xline helps me, as you know, with gaming servers and other game-related tech issues because software. So yeah, he knows I hate dealing with it. I have trouble understanding it, so he's been a great help with that. I love hardware. Yeah, I will build computers. I will caulk the hardware. I will tinker software. Yeah, software loves to not work. Even when you save your project, don't touch it, come back to it, broken. Why? Software. That's what I hate about software. Your computer was working, you open it, now Windows is fucked up. Okay, why? Software. I don't know. No one can explain it. You can search the internet. No one knows. Software. That's why I hate it. Yeah, so thank you for these 2 years have been amazing, honestly. There I go again. These last years have been amazing. Life-changing. Meaningful, brings meaning to my life. I love being here, talking to you guys. I love doing community things for you. It brings me a lot of joy. Thank you for everyone who's sticked around because a lot of people have not. A lot of people, if you know, and streaming and VTubing, a lot of people come and go. And that sucks, but that is part of it. So I really appreciate the people who do stick around beyond a few months or, a year now. I can't believe I'm at 2 years and I can say beyond a year. But, yeah. Thank you, Pika. Thank you for coming by. And thank you for helping me. Trying to stay calm. Thank you for helping me with everything you did help me with. I really appreciate it. Thank you, X, as well, for the servers. Helping me serve my community better. It saves a ton of work for me. Thank you, Paraloon, for the lore and being a very, very good friend for the last 5 years. 4 or 5 years, I don't even know. Same with Miffy, and I met Miffy before Perry. Thank you for being there. I know we had our rough spots. thank you for
Patchy, 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 patchy.
still being around. And believing in me, and even when I was like scared about posting
Sippy!
textures in your server, and you guys were very supportive and didn't judge me, and that meant a lot. A lot of pivotal moments in the year or two before starting streaming. 2024 was a huge year for me. Life changing, and it's just been getting better and better since then. Despite all the issues, all the headaches, all the heartaches. Yeah, it's hard to talk about stuff without me crying. I'm just a crier, so don't worry, I'm okay. I'm just doing my thing.
Hypothesis.
I really appreciate it. Oh,
Garbage.
thank you, Demon. It's so many bits. Thank you. Thank you, Aussie, for sticking around and so long. Aussie's been here a long time. And just now mod, helping out when he can in between whatever else he does. I really appreciate you guys making time for me. Thank you, Burb, for also helping more recently. You're not new, Aussie. You've been around since like one of my first Beat Saber streams. Just never very talkative. Until recently. I would say thank you to Tex, but he's probably not here. He's done a lot. I don't even think I can list the amount of things Tex has done good for me. So if you guys ever see Tex run, kind of forward that to him. Lou, thank you for sticking around. Lou has been here since you raided with Radish. Summer, July 2024, I think, right before my first birthday. Lou has been here. Yeah. God, who else? Libby, Librarian, or Trevor Stevens. I don't know if you're watching, you're probably busy or dealing with family issues, but thank you for the music. Thank you for being a friend, a trustworthy friend, helping me out with the music, giving me a very good deal when I paid for it. I really appreciate it. God. Rain. He's probably not here because he doesn't really watch streams. But thank you, Rain, for picking up the slack on my Discord. And more importantly, being my friend. My first VTuber friend, my first collab. Just being there for me from the beginning. And sticking to your word that you wouldn't walk away when other people were. Sorry. Sorry for the gross ASMR. It's a lot of emotions and stuff. Bud. Who else off the top of my head can I thank? Tommy for being my friend before this. Tommy is another friend of my fancy. Because Ale, also known as shit, I don't know what his name is anymore. Thank you for teaching me how to play Final Fantasy XIV and being my friend. believing in me and still believing in me with the occasional DM. I don't know if you're watching, but I call him Ale. He's been a great friend as well. Had the patience to teach my dumbass how to play 14 properly. Thank you. Feels so cheesy crying on this. I was gonna look through my Discord so I can remember and thank everyone. I was just gonna say Mito. Goddamn. Speak of the devil. Thank you, Mito, for being my friend. In the same way, sticking around and actually being my friend. You may think, I know you said it, like you may think you're not a good friend, but you are. You've done a lot for me. Just out of the kindness of your heart. We have our talks and stuff too. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the art. Means a lot. And don't feel like you're bothering me when you text me. Same goes for all my friends. I like talking to you guys. Makes my day so much better. Thea, thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being you and so silly. With the sense of humor I understand. Thank you for understanding me. That's something I like about you a lot. There's a lot of times I feel misunderstood with stuff. And I feel like you just see it. You understand what I'm saying, what I'm feeling, etc. So, those friendships are not common. So thank you. Radish, thank you for being a good friend. I know you're always scattered and busy and stuff, but I really appreciate you guys. Thank you, Fia. I have not had a lot of female friends, as Fia knows. I've not had a lot of female friends in my life. So Thea, Mito, and Radish are especially special. I feel they can. You get a different kind of friendship. I think, and that's no hate on guys. Girls and guys are just a little bit different in some ways, and I value my female friends greatly. It is. So I treasure it. That's why I'm taking the time to thank you guys. Because I have met a lot of people on my 2-year journey. My first year was filled with a lot of networking, a lot of seeming like people wanted to be your friend and then they just walk away, disappear, stop talking, etc. So they come in like they want to support you and be your friend and then just disappear.
Garbage.
So, oh my god, Aussie. Thank you so much. God, that's so many bits. But yeah, not to get too deep into that. That's just part of life and streaming in general. So, Radish, thank you for being my friend as well. As I was saying earlier, I don't want to lose track too much, as I usually get derailed constantly and talk about stuff when I'm not finished talking about what I was talking about, and I ramble on into different subjects. That's another thing I'm trying to work on. But Radish, thank you. Thank you for the gifts, the friendship, the effort you make to share the 3D modeling with me, and not just taking that and walking away, which has been done before, which leads me to an announcement. I am now this is like a little mini announcement. I will make this in my Discord and try to be clear as I can. Going forward, I will no longer do 3D consults or 3D work or 3D help for free. It's not happening anymore. Kind of goes back to what I was just talking about. I have been
Hypothesis.
used.
Garbage.
Thank you, Arrow. Arigato. Bits arigato. Thank you. I am no longer doing those things. 3D work, 3D consults, 3D help, assists, information. It's not going to be free anymore. I have been used enough. I'm done. More times than I care to count, people have used the info or the lessons and just disappeared. Acted like they were my friend and they're not around anymore. So it's not even that. I my god, Ixa, what the fuck? Thank you. Yeah. So the reason I helped for free was because 3D is a big, scary undertaking, and with a huge lack of information, as Radish is now realizing as I got her through her Wardo process lessons. She's the last person I'm going to help for free. We're at the end of that. And I forgot what I was saying. So yeah, I am now at the point where I don't feel that. I'm at the point where it's happened enough, and that's it. You have friends, don't bring them to me unless they want to pay me. And that in itself, I'm hoping deters people from, going on and on trying to get information. Because I am I am busy enough with my own work, and I think people forget I am also learning to sing. I am learning to dance. I am learning to draw. I am learning Japanese. I will be learning an instrument this year. I will be learning or dipping back into writing this year. I don't have a lot of time. So also, I won't be taking the time to teach people unless they're my friends. Those are things I have done, and I think just by talking to friends, I think people kind of forget. Just kind of what I've gauged by talking to people, they forget I'm doing these things because I do a lot of 3D modeling. Every day I sing. Every few days I'll go over a choreography that I really like, just a part of it, so I don't forget it. At least once a week I do the dancing. It's not up on my priority list right now because I found it easier to groove to songs and learn choreography than it has to sing. Singing has been one of the most, if not the most difficult thing I have done in my life. It's very hard. I have no background in any of these things. Mostly self-taught, and I have for singing the advice of my friends. 3D modeling takes a lot of effort and time, which I am doing less of, especially with my concert. Yeah. Yeah, that's something like Radish wants to do for people someday. The fitting stuff too. Yeah. Um, I can do minor adjustments and stuff, but when it's made completely for a different model, um, there's several options to go about it. I there's a I want to get into that eventually, but at the same time I don't. But there are outfits I really do want. From going back to singing, and just me in general, I have always been a quiet person. I don't even talk this loud at work. It was very hard when I started streaming just to speak up the whole stream. And, I would be tired and my throat would be dry and just by the end of a stream. Speaking of that, take a sippy. And nerves and overthinking is a huge debuff on my part. I find even now,
Sippy!
Miffy was there for my debut. So Miffy would know exactly, from me standing here 2 years ago, shaking, barely able to get a sound out, and forgetting to read the slides and my lore. Perry in chat trying to remind me to read the lore. The first several months of streaming, yeah, first several months of streaming, I was literally shaking during the stream. It has not been a natural thing for me. Same with singing, getting in front of people when it came. I was singing, practicing, like actually practicing. I haven't done that before until I started streaming. I didn't have any karaoke's for a long time, probably 7 months or something. I didn't want anyone to hear me sing. And when it came to like singing in front of people, it was even harder. All my practice that I did have went out the window, and that still happens. Very glad I got to meet you. I was so nervous because you were so tall. I'm a giant woman. A giant woman. A giant woman. You're silly. I was worried, honestly, Mito, when I met the first time with the other people around, that you just didn't like me. So I kind of kept our interaction to a minimum until you actually came in and spoke to me. I just assumed, and I probably shouldn't have done that, but maybe we could have been friends sooner. I'm sorry. But yeah, I have seen you since my year one. I knew who you were in Sky's server and stuff like that. So we won't get into all that stuff, but all right, Beef, get some rest. Thanks for stopping by. It means a lot. Yeah, I think when I met Mito in VR, she was in her chibi as well. So, hey, Pride, you missed all the information, really. I was not in chibi mode. Mito was. So was her friend. Was our friend, but yeah. Do it again. I wasn't looking. That's what the VOD's for. But yeah. I will say thank you to Sky for being there at the beginning. Sky is also someone I met around the time I debuted. He was a good, supportive friend for a long time. I always collabed with him and Rain. It was every stream, honestly, because I didn't want to stream by myself. That goes back to being nervous and stuff. I actually did not stream solo. I think till like 6 months in. I met Kami a few months after them, and it was the four of us most of the time. Leads me to thanking my friend Kami. He has been helping me when he can with advice for singing. We get to do some karaoke together sometimes. He's been very supportive, and believing in me with my singing helps. Especially hearing like his story. I know some people I know might want to hear it, but he's in a family of singers. They pretty much told him at a young age to stop singing, and you guys have heard him sing. He can sing. Usually when he sings, everyone's like, wow. So yeah, seeing someone that was actually told to not sing, push through all that discouragement by family members, was pretty motivating. Looking at my struggles in singing, which highlighted the fact that I am supported, and which means a lot, guys. You can ask anyone else that streams. A little support, a little chat, a little watching here and there, a little whatever. You don't even have to spend money. It all goes a long way. So I think a lot of us are similar in that we want to entertain people. We want to make people smile.
Sippy!
Irie. Hi, Viri. Thank you so much. Hi, Irie. That leads me to Viri. Thank you, Viri, for all the previous tech help you have provided. Very originally helped me get set up on Beat Saber the first time, and other little things here and there. So appreciate you, Viri. I did not forget. Thank you, Sin. Yeah, a few random things here and there. I know we had a lot of stuff in the way, but I'm glad we could still be friends. Subbies. Thank you so much. Zell got one, Mito got one, Pika got one. Hell yeah. James Cameron. That'd be funny if that was James Cameron. I would have a panic attack if it was. Thank you, Pride. God, I don't want to forget anyone. It's had a big impact in my life. Shit. I wanna thank my Supamotsu. And if it isn't too clear what a Supamotsu is, it's people who firstly, I will say this: you don't have to spend money to be a Supamotsu. Supamotsu are people who stand out. They're like always around in chat. They're always involved in, as much as they can be, involved in community things, helping out when they can, being good to the rest of the community, helping people in chat, when we play games together, helping others. Things like that stand out to me. If you remember, I like
Nice.
kind people. Hi, guy. Thank you. Thank you so much. So far, so good. Yeah. Thank you for coming by. But yeah, Supermotsu is that, and also, you know, the monetized stuff has to be recognized as well because that's your hard-earned money. Going into me and my stream, so it's also appreciated. And yes, that does help, and it does sound like pay to win, but it's also money you've earned in some way. So I appreciate that as well. That is another factor. So I do want to thank all my Supermotsu. Let me see here. Drippy-dos. Let's see. All my Supermotsu. Oh my god, Zadies, what the fuck? I don't know why the gifted sub alert doesn't work, by the way. It's set up. Ixa has tried helping me with that. It just doesn't work. In case you guys were wondering. Thank you so much. Man. Thank you. My Supermotsu consists of Toxic more recently and Zadies. I notice you guys, you're around and supportive a lot. Supporting me beyond just streaming. It means a lot. Being there for community things. Ariga, thanks so much. You guys kind of came in the same time. So, I do see you. I appreciate it. Toxic, it's really fun talking to you about Hololive and stuff. I'm glad we have a similar interest there. Zadies, I've liked the hangouts we've had recently, Zadies. Pretty chill, and the advice with singing is priceless, so thank you. Ixa. Ixa's been around a long time as well. Always helpful, always involved. So he's been a long time Supermotsu. Aussie has been Supermotsu for some time too. Again, Aussie has just been around and supportive a long time. Alt's probably on his military basic training right now, but maybe you can watch the VOD. Thank you, Alt. I wish you luck. Don't let the mind games get to you, because it's 90% mind games, 10% physical. As long as you keep trying, you'll be fine. I've been there. Thank you for supporting me, and it's nice to hear someone call me their Oshi. Arch, thank you for being my friend and supporting. Thank you for the emotes and the art of Motsu. You're a chill dude, and I appreciate you being around and being involved. I don't know why that's not showing me that that name. It's not gonna show me. That's weird. They have like a white face icon. Thank you. I think you've changed your icon recently. I think it's because I have streamer mode on. But anyway. Clyde. Gamer. Also known as Gamer. Thank you for also being here from year one. You don't quite understand the VTuber stuff, but you do understand what it is to be a friend. So I appreciate you, your support, your talks. It's like that. Leo, again, all the support and involvement in the community really shows. Hey, Snow. Stands out. Burb, thank you for being involved in the community. Always looking for ways to help. Going beyond streaming and Discord and sharing me to others, which is a huge chunk of how a name gets out there. So thank you. When someone does that, it's especially important. Burb has made the effort consistently to share like stuff that I post, schedule, streams, etc. So that is literally how people get known, is by word of mouth. Hey, look at my friend, look at this VTuber I like to watch, things like that. And people hear enough of that and be like, all right, I'll check them out. Goes sometimes better than self-promo. Because I think a lot of people see a self-promo and they're like, or another VTuber. Hi, Radish. I already did my thank yous for you. Ty! Thank you. Thanks, Ty. Welcome, Radish and Snow and everyone. Thank you, Radish, again for being my friend and the gifts. And since I don't think you were here earlier, just being my friend means the world. Thanks, Snow. You're not late. Today's the day. Thank you for coming by. Thank you so much. Lou Lunatic, also known as Violet Lunatic. Lou has been here since Radish, and he's been a great friend, always involved in the community, socializing. He's a bit of an extrovert, so it's easy for him. He probably doesn't see it as extra, but it's a lot for me. Thank you, Radish. I wish I could hug you guys. It means a lot that you've been there for me more than you might understand. I'll have to hug you viewers in VR sometime. I'll definitely cry again. Again, Lou, thank you for always being here. Always supportive. He has reached out and supported me from a very early stage, so I appreciate it. And that is another beauty of VR, is I can hug you guys. So if you ever want a hug from your Oshi, if I'm your Oshi, here you go. You got a hug from your Oshi. Meta, you're fairly recent, but you have put in a lot of effort, not only for me, but other VTubers as well. But being there for just general hangouts, community stuff, streaming movies for us, stepping up when I'm frustrated or unable to do something is just wow. I might be like pissed off or whatever at the time, but later I think about these things and I know I'm lucky to have you guys around. Space drag myself up so you don't have to. I will gladly take a knee for my short girls. Which is all three of you. You're all short. Sorry. You're all short and adorable. I will gladly. Mikal, Cold Onyx, you sometimes see around. He's been around since early days. He loves lions, cats, Crimes in 5'1". Mikal has been around. He got me into a game called Benatopia Awakening. It's a cute side-scrolled HUT game. Really good story, very interesting. Oh my god. Wait, how tall was Mito? 5'2"? 5'4"? Yeah, I remember Aussie and Cold coming at around the same time, roughly. I used to be able to remember every single name that came into my chat and what we talked about, but now it's starting to get hard. So I am sorry, 5'4", so Mito towers above you both. Mito's like 5. Thank you, Noi Kanzaki. Another early day friend support. She's a singer, YouTuber. She's on hiatus right now, I think. She's been helpful getting me started on singing. Been encouraging. She's helped where she can, but she's not. She said, you know, she's helped as much as she can. So even if you say that, Noi, you've done a lot for me, so thank you. I'm sorry, Rose. A lot of this stuff means a lot to me, so I'm gonna cry. It's just how I am when something's really important. She had a late growth spurt. Umbra. Umbra's not around as much recently because of life, but Umbra's been a good friend. He's another VTuber. You haven't seen his collab. We did an offline collab. Decided, you know, we don't really fit that well collab-wise, which is fine. And that kind of stood out because he kept being my friend instead of just walking away. So thank you, Umbra, or I call him Umbers. Thank you, White. You kind of came along with Mito and the gang, and you have always been around. You say you enjoy watching me, so I really appreciate that. You have. When I had no mods, you stepped up and offered your help. So I appreciate it. We've had moments where it was a little rough. We talked about it. We got through it. I still appreciate you being here and helping. So yeah. That's all my Supamotsu. White was a Supamotsu before a mod because he's just very supportive, always around. So yeah. My Megamotsu. Megamotsu are my Ko-fi supporters. They decide to subscribe on or membership on Ko-fi, which is extra help financially, and I put little bonus uploads there on Ko-fi as an extra thing. So some of them are Supermotsu, so I'll skip the Supermotsu. Demon, thank you for being a Ko-fi member. Hopefully you enjoy the pictures and the videos. J Melody, you had interest in music related things. Thank you for the support on Ko-fi. Ty, thank you for supporting me on Ko-fi. Really appreciate it. I appreciate you, coming by on YouTube chat and stuff. Takto Starwind, Leo's friend, thank you for supporting me on Ko-fi. It means a lot, and it does help. because there are projects I'm saving up for. Like the next, probably the closest thing I think is the new body trackers I want. If they perform as they are said to perform, they're gonna be pricey, so I'm saving up for those. So this is helping a lot. So thank you, Zadis, Aro-san. Aro, thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Hontou ni arigatou. It means a lot. Huzzah. Hi, Kami. I did do my thank you section for you. But thank you again for being a friend, always being supportive. And if you guys missed any of it, it will be in the VOD. Got a little bit more to go, I think. Probably like 40 minutes before I have to have dinner and get ready for work. I am going back into work. Since I do feel a lot better today, I got out of bed and I was able to sing again, so that's cool. That is all my Supamotsu and Megamotsu. Arigato, thanks. Moji Motsu. I just saw some of your messages, Aro. Thank you. Hi, Ren. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry, I had a lot of windows open and I was reading off of a list. I didn't want to forget anyone. Okay. Get my hair out of my face. So let's do this. Let's see. Capture. Let's see. What am I gonna do? Oh, right. Fuck, I totally skipped over this. This is something I wanted to kind of show you guys. Let's see if I can do a presentation. No. Okay. So Paralyn once asked me if I could make a character sheet. So that's what this is. Kind of a quick and dirty character sheet of me. So I updated the profile picture. The old one is still on my Discord, sorry. Thank you, Exa. Good luck at work. Name, Labras, obviously. Labras and Rose. Which reminds me, Papa Lemon saw my name. He's like, wow, that's a hell of a name. Papa Lemon is the one who did the Small VTuber Awards. If you don't know, I got into top 10 3D VTubers. So I made it that far, which is really cool. You're playing Labras Amaryllis in a D&D campaign. Yeah, it was kind of that idea. So yeah, Papa Lemon did a Small VTuber Awards, which is actually the small VTubers and not the medium-sized ones. Very cool of him. I didn't expect to get into top anything, but I got into the top 10 of 3D VTuber category. So that's in part for people actually nominating me, so thank you. Means a lot. Gets me out there. Nicknames, Labs, Labby, Lab, or if your name is Skyrim, it's Labradoodle Armadillo. This sheet is nostalgic. What is this smirk voting? So yeah, I didn't know about it until the final phases. So it actually started a year ago. He's actually going through the final parts of it now. He's on the top 3, I think, for a lot of categories. I didn't make it into top 3. But basically, everyone can put their names in or someone they know in, And then it goes into each category, working its way up to the finals, the top 10, which at that point is just voting again for names that are there. So we didn't, like, when we found out, it was like 6 months in, so the names were already put in and you just voted. And my friend Vivi, also thank you Vivi for being my friend since the early days, in case you're lurking. I know you like to lurk. She put my name in this, so into the thing. So and I think she did on another one too, but that other one ended up being the winners were like 50,000 follower people, so it's like, it's not a small VTuber award. Those people are already relevant. Yeah, really cool. Did not expect to get anywhere. I was just like, okay, that's cool. I'm in another thing. Radish did. Thank you so much, Radish. Means a lot, guys. So hopefully someone saw me and thought it was neat. Or they saw my name and was like, oh, that's scary. Either way, my name is out there. I appreciate you guys. Anytime you get your name out there, as you guys know, is good. Cute outfits, yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. Totally unexpected. And he was doing the stream like as I started my stream, so I couldn't watch it live. But I did link it in my Discord if you guys want to watch it. It's at 32 minutes. And I also screenshotted it on my lab notes in my Discord. Back to the character sheet though. Alright, I understand. It's getting late. Get some rest. Thank you, Jan. Appreciate you. Back to the character sheet. Age 93 Earth years. We live roughly to around 200 Earth years. So yeah, middle-aged. Gender female, class occupation, a scout advocate. So if I am to run into another intelligent species, I have to advocate between the two, diplomatically, like that. See the white? Yeah, height 178 centimeters, also known as 5'10". Not exactly 170, it's something like 178.1 or something like that. Skin tone pale. Look at me. I'm a pasty ass bitch. Weight 68 kilograms, roughly, depending on how much pizza I eat. I think that comes out to, like, give or take, around 150 pounds. Hair color blonde, just very light blonde. I have highlights, as you see. I drew them myself. Build slim. Self-explanatory. My VTuber is based on me, with some generous points. Description. Labrys is a Leonid from the Leo sector. This is just a very short summary, not as detailed as before. She's grown up in a culture which supports discovery and knowledge. They tend to live a bit longer than humans. Most of her life has been spent as a scout for a paramilitary company. She hasn't seen combat directly, but has been close enough. Hey, Boz. I hope you're doing okay. Oh, yeah. Eye color, pink. I know sometimes it looks a little purple, but it's like a pink. Let's see. Traits. Good. The good ones are caring, compassionate, thoughtful, witty, seek self-improvement. The bad. I procrastinate on some things I feel are not good, like that I can procrastinate on, like real life stuff. Afraid of conflict, quiet, shy, low self-worth. All true. Less true now, but still there. What are my goals? What does my character want? To learn more about other cultures and promote peace, prosperity. Um, what drives them? Curiosity, knowledge, a wanting for a better world. I believe we. The hell? There you go. That was weird. I feel like things are bad enough. I'm not gonna help it. I'm not gonna help it along. At least in my existence, I'll at least have resisted it. With good things. Might be cliche or cheesy for some of you, but that's how I feel. I haven't always felt that way. I've been deep in depression. I've been in the fuck the world mindset. I've been there. So, yeah. Anyway, what are their long-term goals after watching VTubers on Earth broadcast? She wants to be an idol. And not just a singer, performer idol. An idol is more than that. For me, an idol is someone that inspires you, someone to believe in, someone that empowers you, helps you in some way. But an idol also gets some of those things back from your support. So there's times just because they're an idol and they're on stage or up in front of people doesn't mean they're not struggling, they're not sad, and the people being there for them when they are doing things for others is what keeps them going as well. So I believe there's a lot more to an idol than just dancing and singing on stage. Motivations. Why does your character act the way they do? This kind of goes to like what I just said. Universe is cold and hard enough. We have the power to make it better. So why not? Why just watch it fall apart? And believe it or not, just being nice to someone changes. You're affecting another life. So just being kind to someone is something. These are just notes. EY is Earth years. Leonids have a mostly feminine appearance. So even the guys, and Earth here loves to call them femboys. It's very feminine appearing. No, they don't have boobs, but they're just very feminine. That's all. Most of our lives are spent off planet. So yeah, like I said, I wasn't born on a planet. I've only stopped on the planet like twice. Even now I'm just in orbit around Earth, so pretty comfortable with ships and stations. So yeah. Alright, that was that. So yeah, I was actually gonna experiment with like ASMR, but I don't really know where to go with that, honestly. I have to research it more. I'm told I have the voice for it. But I just like, I don't know. Maybe I have to find something to read. So we can do this. I don't know if this is gonna be any good for you guys. I've never done ASMR before. Okay. So there. Now I have my denoiser off. Let me see. Okay, too much feedback there. How does that sound? Sound okay? I'm gonna grab a bit of my lore. I'll read some lore to you guys. Something that's not copyrighted. My voice is still a little rough, so I do apologize. I can't be like the softest. But this is related to me, so I'm just gonna read my lore real fast. It's not gonna be very long, in case, you know, it's not your thing. Let me go to... Let's do this first before I read that a little bit. Little notes about... These are also in About Me. This is where I'm reading it from. I have jotted these down. Reason behind me being a space lion is that I wanted to tribute... I did talk about some of these things, by the way. I wanted to tribute my two Oshis, Shishiro Botan and Tsukumo Sana. One is a lion and the other is space themed. Or pretty much what it said. It also, another reason for that is it constantly reminds me why I'm doing this. So I hopefully don't get lost in other things like numbers, bullshit like that. Little notes about my name. A Labrys is actually a double-bitted axe. That means there's a blade on both sides of the axe. You've seen them in games, movies. Primarily known as a sacred symbol in ancient Minoan religion. Has to do with like ancient Greece, Mediterranean cultures. As a symbol, also as a symbol of Amazon warriors, strong women. It is also a symbol of WLW Pride, which is Women Love Women. That is a term, I know you're like, that's just gay. It's a term because it encompasses any woman who is attracted in some way to a woman. Doesn't matter. You don't have to say you're bi, you don't have to say you're pan, you don't have to say you're gay. WLW covers all that. That's why that's a term. Women love women. It is a symbol of WLW pride, strength, power, and female empowerment. Everything I did for my VTubing, it's multi-layered. So my name has reasons, my themes have reasons, designs have reasons. I've put a lot of thought into all of it. I discovered it being used as a name for a Persona character and then decided to use the name. There's a Persona Arena character called Labrys. That's where I started using the name Labrys in Final Fantasy XIV. Amaryllis is actually a flower, believe it or not. It symbolizes strength, beauty, pride, and love, often representing resilience and determination due to its ability to bloom in the winter months. I combined both of these names in a similar fashion to how Botan's name is. Shishiro Botan means white lion, peony. Labrys Amaryllis is, a strong axe woman, flower. So same fashion. Peony, flower. Space Lion also happens to be a reference to a song on the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack. There's a song from Cowboy Bebop's original soundtrack called Space Lion. It's actually on the intro of my birthday stream. Yeah. If you're listening, you'll see I have multiple references to every little thing. My right eye, in case you didn't know, is partially cybernetic. It was wounded. That's part of my lore. I took shrapnel to my eye, the front of it. Just a little bit of shrapnel, and the front of it had to be replaced. So that's why I say it's partially cybernetic. That is actually a reference to Cowboy Bebop. Spike has a fake right eye as well. My ship name, the Swordtail. It's a reference to 2 ships. We went over that earlier. 2 ships in Cowboy Bebop. The Red Tail and the Swordfish too. CU Space Lion is another reference to Cowboy Bebop. And the phrase in Cowboy Bebop, CU Space Cowboy. Sometimes they would end the episode with the text at the bottom saying, CU space whatever was in the episode. So sometimes, if you looked like real early on my Twitter, I would say like, CU space, whatever, CU space racer, things like that. I would do the same thing. The way in which my eye was wounded was inspired by a scene in the anime Blue Gender. If you remember Marlene from Blue Gender on my character inspiration. There's a scene in Blue Gender where, and it's very similar in my lore, she's in her mech and the monster hits the mech in a way, it goes right next to her head. She moves her head just in time. Similar thing, except for me, the shrapnel hits my eye, and that's how I have that. That's how I tied in the reference to have a fake right eye reference for Bebop. So yeah, I love doing stuff like that when I build my character. I like intertwining things like that. There's a short version lore. It's not too long, it's a few paragraphs, probably like 6. A little more detail on me. I don't have all my lore wrote out or posted anywhere. It's kind of in sections. Labras is a middle-aged Leonid, 93 Earth years, 94 now, who hails from the local Zosma region of stars. Humans can see as part of the Leo constellation. Not quite healed yet. Our people are adventurous, curious, and proud. They value knowledge and understanding and simplicity. Purpose-built stuff. She is what humans would call the runt of the litter. She struggles to keep up with family and peers. Leonid life left little time for feeling sorry about oneself. She never stopped trying to do things others do or have done. Once they're of age, they don't spend much time with family or others. They tend to stay in very small groups, 2 to 3, usually, if they do work with others. Leonid lives are rarely lived planet-side. Most live aboard stations or ships. Their history gets blurry going back too far. They are no longer sure which planet is their original home. I talked about that earlier. They've been spacefaring. This part's redacted if you look at my About Me. They've been spacefaring or redacted men of years. It's classified. You can't divulge that information. Recently, that's a typo. Recently, within the last century, they have achieved interstellar travel between solar systems. I note that because there's confusion. People say like intergalactic. That's in between galaxies. Interstellar is in between solar systems, which is within a galaxy. Solar systems make up a galaxy, and other stars and dust. The breakthrough led to a boom in business for companies interested in exploration, mining, etc. explorers and their companies quickly became famous for their achievements. This caught the eye of Labrys, and she had soon found a favorite. This is a hard word because it's in Greek, so I will put it in chat for you guys. But this is what we call them. Exerev notice, something like that. Once she was of age, she had applied the renowned. She had read these. Once she was of age, she applied to the renowned group that the person she idolized was in. Let me move back over here. There you go. However, she did not perform well in her assessments and did not qualify. Labrys, though sad, another typo, though sad, applied for others and found herself in a scouting company which specialized in redacted. We'll just say mapping. So that's what I use to simplify, but I can't divulge all the activity. Present day details, a little time skip. Do you know in between that first part and this next part is all the shit that me and Perry have been working on, where I get my eye injured, eating Paraloon, stuff like that. Present day details. Labrys was on a mapping assignment one cycle when she began picking up rudimentary signals. Very old stuff. Kind of interfering with instruments, but still able to be picked up. They interfered with one of the instruments, so she decided to investigate. It was picking up on electromagnetic radiation, radio signals. This was clearly something of note, so she locked in on the signals and listened and approached on the origin that she could best discern. As she got closer, they were more clear and seemed to change in quality and type and kind, and even affected another instrument aboard her ship. She had her shipboard AI assist in tuning it to a visual spectrum. What she was hearing and watching, she had no idea, but it captivated her. Labrys was watching old human broadcasts. At her pace of approach, they seemed to update rapidly. Take note, we're able to travel a little faster, and we are approaching the signals. So, the signals that were, going through space, I'm running into them this way, like this. So it's like rapidly, I'm getting rapid updates of things that are happening on Earth, or had happened technically years ago. She seemed to roughly, and things that caught her eye, like anime and action and comedy movies. We don't actually have much of that. Entertainment and stuff isn't a big industry for my culture. This is the whole AI thing. So it's really not encouraged in our culture, but some people do it. You'd say like families like mine would probably discourage it. Like, that's kind of silly. Maybe you should do something else.
Sippy!
But my parents were never very discouraging in that sense. They were supportive mostly. They let me try things, and even if I wasn't good at them, I could try a lot of new things. So it kind of kept going into my current life, which is both lore and me behind the lore. Soon she discovered VTubers, specifically a lion, and a goddess character who resembled someone from Leonid Tales. She had become obsessed. Watching them as she got closer by the day, she unfortunately caught news of Sana ceasing her broadcasts. This hit Labrys pretty hard. She had increased her ship speed at the risk of impacting any random objects that may have been missed during plotting. As she got closer, the calculation for delay between the source and her ship was clearer. She would be too late. At this point, she wanted to talk Sana out of leaving, but obviously, by the time I got here, she was long gone. Later, she decided she would try doing what Sana and her friends did. After all, everyone seemed so happy watching. And she thought, what if I could do that for people too? The first time she thought of doing things for others instead of trying to impress certain people and being someone. She felt like she probably wasn't fascinated with VTubers and humans. She set her mind on doing that. Sending a hiatus request back to her company, Labrys was determined to make anyone happy. That's all I have. Thank you for listening. That's just a little chunk of my lore. Let me see if I can find something. Yeah, it is. My lore is very much tied to me. Yes, I feel the same way. Thank you. It's very important I got that in there because this is all very important to me. And if that's not understood through me saying it, then I will show you that I mean business. I'm going to try to find a video now. If I can find it, we'll go back to my other scene. I'll have to see if I can find it though. Let me see. Oh. Is it here? I kind of wanted to show it again because it has a reference to Sana. I don't know if I have it on my computer. Me. Stop. I need to see if this. Dun. So this was done it was done around the time I got my 2.0 model. By the way, I guess you can consider this one a 2.5. I wouldn't consider it a 3.0. The only way I would say my model is a 3.0 is if I had like a really fancy ass commission done with everything specifically how I wanted it. But what I will do is this is very old. So it has my old model, but I still like it. And Pika Prisma, who was popped in earlier, I don't know if you're still here, Pika. Pika put this together for me. Me and Tex shot it. So I'll transfer over now. Yeah, classic labs, I guess you can say. So let me do this real fast. Put my denoiser back on. There we go. It's funny because my ASMR voice is my normal talking voice. I could go a little softer than that, but my voice is still a little rough. So let me see if I can capture this window. I do have to check though and make sure this is the... Yeah, I might redo this at some point. Higher quality, like, looking at it now, I feel like I could take more time on it, refine it. We didn't really know what we were doing. It's shot in VR chat and edited after. Thank you, Pika, again. I still love this, even though you might not. It's one of my favorite things still. So let me hit my window capture. I guess it's not gonna do it. Okay, hold on. Let's do this. I am running out of time, so this will be the last thing we kind of go over. This is pre-recorded. This is on YouTube still, I believe. So you can watch it anytime. It's not very long. So yeah. Figure I would show you guys. Because there's some sauna references. Sauna lights will know it when they see it. Yeah. And there's a little flash to clips over the first year.
Fourth wire. Cut the fourth wire.
Look out!
What these Covenant know is that I play War Thunder.
Anytime you want me to drive.
You get hit by something?
Yeah. Hi. Hi there.
I used to love Halo as a child. It was my series. You know, it was the defined me.
You might say you were forged, get it? Because Halo has forage. Okay, sorry. I'm so animated. Don't I look cute? Oh, that's when I first got my 2.0. Oh, there's maybe right.
It's like you're the first one that fell asleep at a sleepover, you know?
You get a penis straw on your face?
Yeah, this is
That's
a
text.
VRChat penis.
Okay. Your kingdom. We must act quickly.
It's my first collab with Via.
So take my wheels, hit the road, learn some new recipes, and for the love of onions, I can't read! Damn you, game!
Ja, I'm so good. Oh, XD. Oh, meow. Oh, meow. Oh, Echo-chan. Oh, kawaii. Pika. There was me now. And that last bit is a reference. The song, the title, the white and black title cards. That is a reference to a video someone drew and animated of Sana leaving. Her last scene, her last known location was sitting on a space station before she left. And I am walking out on that space station, coming in. It said goodbye, Sana, and that says welcome, Labras Emeralds. Yeah, Burb knows it. So yeah, but that video means a lot to me. So I would like to redo it some point. Pika, if you're still here, thank you for putting this together. I don't know if you still have that project. But maybe someday we can update it. That would be really nice. So yeah, it was while I was still getting transmissions, that was just me taking a nap. Getting the alert, the speaker has departed. Sana is the speaker of space. That was her lore. So that's what that was about. Pika had a funny little idea to put the little pizza fish rotating there. But yeah, I get up, get suited up, speed up, like I just explained in my lore. Then there's a quick like recap of my first year or so. And then it cuts back to me arriving at Earth, going outside on the observation deck of the space station and seeing Earth for the first time. Yeah, I that's actually that's art of my Oshi there. Members only art. I will see though if I have one more thing before I go eat. I have it on me. Let's see. let's see if I have it on me. My first anniversary. I think that's the whole stream. Let's see. I have a lot of art here I got from everyone. Thank you, everyone who has done art for me. It's incredible when you get art. Anyone else can tell you. I'm kind of just gonna recap stuff. Might not necessarily be from my second year. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What did I just do? Ah, here it is. Okay. Stuff like this. You guys do on my birthday. I still have these on my phone and I look at them. So thank you. I think a lot of people reach that point, but they're like, I don't care about my birthday anymore. YouTubing has put meeting back into my birthday. So yeah, this is my recent one. Cards from everyone. Thank you so much. Again. Thanks, Spacey. Let's see what. Oh, I think this is hold on. Oh, here's a cool thing I did earlier in the year. This is the full version. This is gonna get copyrighted, but because the short did. There's a short version on YouTube you can watch, but they won't let me post the full version because of the song that's used. But I'm gonna show it because it's something I did. It was a 3 a.m. recording, first take. I just had music on playing. This song hit, and it just hit me right, and I was just jamming out. So this one's called Funky Space. This is me dancing in VR chat. That was a fun little achievement of this past year because I wanted to get dancing videos out. Photon does them, some Hollow do them. So yeah, I really wanted to get something out like that. So I do want to do more of those. It's been very hard. I do a lot of recordings that I don't like. So, but I will eventually get more of those out. Again, like singing is my biggest challenge right now. I have no problem dancing in front of people. Thanks, Jordan. that's just me grooving. And then on my birthday concert, I did the dance for Bibbidi Ba by Sui-chan. So that dance I actually know pretty well. Here is a little gift from Arrow that I really like. I have not forgot this Arrow. Let's see. It's a funny meme someone gifted. Arigato. Here's something you won't see anywhere. I'll show it right now. It's a short little clip of me and one of my very first collabs, one of my very first streams, very early on, just a few months in, I think. The guy is Skyer, and I found him really funny. So hopefully you guys find it funny, because I know sometimes my humor doesn't land with everyone, but this is also my very first model, so you guys get to see that too. It's so weird, like hearts look so pretty, and then the textures are just like
Kind of like real life. You know?
like what?
Real life. You know, you be looking, it's just like, oh, there's like garbage and like, ew, someone shot on the sidewalk. But then if you look at it from afar, you're like, wow, it's actually beautiful. You know? You know what I'm saying? Hello?
I don't know if you guys heard it. He's just speaking nonsense, and I found it hilarious. I could play it again if you guys want, a little louder, but yeah, that's what I looked like a few months in, overlay and all.
Patchy, 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 patchy.
Thank you. I actually muted myself because I was dying. Because, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Somebody shot on the sidewalk and it's beautiful. I still find that funny. There's a thing Exa gave me. This should be the last thing. My folders are very unorganized. What is it? Oh. Hey, look. There it is. This was a gift video that we watched on my birthday last year. Last year. Hey. Oh, is it like lagging? What the fuck? Why is it? Encoder, Kun. Hello? Why? Is that why? Hello? Why is my encoder going to shit? Exactly. Okay, that was weird. It's just a video, but my PC is like, hey, no, not cool. Okay. That's weird. Yeah, what the fuck? Here's the software again. God forbid I show a video. Is it the size of the video? Is that why you're having a fit? You don't like showing videos? I don't know. Thanks, Sabine. Close this. I guess I'm not showing you that. Because it gives me encoder errors all over OBS. So anyway, that's on YouTube. So yeah. Thanks, Sabine. I will let's see. Let's do this. I have to run now. I'm over time. So I'll grab my schedule. I had a lot of fun today. Holy shit, why am I huge? Why am I so huge? There you go. I will grab the schedule because I gotta get it in here. I've posted it everywhere already. Do note the concert has been pushed back a week. I just don't have enough time to rehearse. I've been sick for 5 days, so why is this not dark mode? Okay, my computer is hating me for some reason. Please don't hate me. I just show video. It's a very computer thing to do. Promise. Here we go. Let's get this in here. And to image, existing source image, bam. Okay. So there we go. That's the schedule for the week. You have probably seen it, or if you don't look at the schedule, then you don't care. But that's it. And again, the schedule is, or the concert is not happening this Saturday. It's going to be next Saturday. And Moza Night will happen as normal. We will watch whatever the movie wins. Whatever movie wins, we'll watch that. I thought I added Aussie as mod, but weird. I think I added the wrong Aussie to my channel. That's not good. I'm just gonna fix that real fast. Discord, if you want to be more involved in my community with me, I am active there, not really on socials. Discord and stream is my focus right now. So if you want to play with us when we do whatever, we just hang out in BC sometimes. Some of the motes who hang out there. Just trying to fix something real fast on my YouTube before I forget. So yeah, the Discord is if you want to be more involved with the community and, you know, movie nights. I do events every season. There's one coming up at the end of March. It's the spring event. It's a VR chat event. We have a bunch of things planned out, kind of like a theme park type of run through VR chat type of thing, and then we just hang out after stream. I stream it so people who don't have VR chat or don't have interest in VR chat can see it. And maybe someone gets interested and, you know, they want to do that. Thank you guys for coming, of course. Let me see. That is weird. Aussie, go ahead and chat now. On YouTube, sorry. I need Aussie to chat on YouTube. I want to see if I got the right one. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I had another Aussie in there. But it's fixed now, so that's good. All right. But yes, as you see, we're continuing High on Life, which is a very silly, funny, weird game. And then collab with Fia, Ixa, and Pika, Raven's Watch. I'll just take a break Friday, I guess. And I'll do the next week the same, I guess, because things are so messed up now because I got sick. Well, tonight, Saturday, like I said, which is we watch a movie and then I stream a game we all play together, probably on one of our community servers or whatever we find. And then Sunday, I will be doing Battlefield 6 with Rain, the one you saw in that one Halo clip where I flew off the bridge. I wanted to do something with him since, again, he was the first VTuber I worked with, made friends with, et cetera, et cetera. So I want to do something with him this week. So you get to see us play some Battlefield 6. Thank you everyone for coming. I know I've done more grand anniversary birthday things, but with me being sick and I've been kind of down with the whole rehearsal thing not going as planned, my singing not going as well as I wanted. So yeah, that's why I kept this as just a little more intimate thing with you guys. I can just talk and relax. And you guys could see a lot more about me. I like to do these on my anniversary because, you know, not everyone was there from the beginning. Not everyone's gonna go back. So, and look at it. So, yeah, that is my anniversary stream. Thank you everyone for coming. I really appreciate it. So hopefully you have a little understanding of you know, how much everything here means to me. So with that, I will end stream and I will leave the Twitch side with Paraloon. This Flabrus and Relis signing off. Let's Meltzu. See you, Space Lion.